Happy New Year's Eve!
For today's cup of coffee, since it is the day of New Year's Eve.
Yes.
You get in all these lead-ups on these things.
We'll see you next year. Just kidding. We don't get vacations. We go day by day.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because that's how you're supposed to take life, day by day. We actually have New Year's resolutions that can actually be kept in 2023. And I got to looking and I'm like, where did this start? Where did this New Year's resolutions shit start?
It's pagan, isn't it?
It started in Babylon.
Babylon?
4,000 years ago.
Babylon?
And it was like, it was a matter of making promises to the gods, hoping to win their favor. Which is probably why I never went by the shit. And people want to do all these crazy things. I will eat right forever. I will never have a cheat day. I will start lifting weights and be able to, lift 1,010 pounds by the end of the year.
That's just unrealistic.
It is unrealistic.
That's going to crush your spirit.
It does.
That's why you set the bar really low. It's like, this year, I will breathe.
Yes, that is number 3. That is number 3 on my list. So, number 1, I will eat food.
Again. Yeah.
It doesn't even, and that's like kid a lot of times. He's like, what'd you cook? Food. Because
it doesn't have a name, it's a dish. Eat
I
it.
Just cook.
Eat it or starve.
It can have like a, Mexicanish. Yes, flavor. It can have an Italian flavor. It can have Southern flavor. If it's specific, but other than that, it's food. It's like, here's a corn chip, eat that with it.
Here's a corn chip, here. Pass that around. We only got one.
No, we got one.
We got one. It's a cracker.
But it's a matter of, if you got a cracker, you got food. And be grateful for that cracker.
By the time you pass that cracker around, you get 1 crumb. You get a grain of salt.
We are not to that level by any means. Number 2, I will drink liquids. I will drink liquids. People can do that. It can be liquid of your choice.
Soda.
It can be soda. For me, I like lots of coffee. I like a variety of liquids throughout the day. Water
Should be the priority, though.
It can be. But if you put a little flavor in the water... I'm not even going to go that deep. And now you tell me about going too deep on stuff. I'm not even going that deep with it. Number 3, I will breathe.
We just did that.
You had jumped the gun because you do that. But breathing.
You think like I knew? You think like I knew?
Well, it's something that if you don't breathe for a certain amount of time, I think it's called dead. So, it's a matter of the objective is to breathe. You don't have to go into this 4x4 breathing or the circular breathing or any of this other stuff unless you want to. But other than that, just breathe and be. Number 4, I will sleep. I will sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That can be naps. That could be any of that. I will sleep. Get out. You're peeping at my notes. Get out of that. Number 5, I will learn new things.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you can learn something new every day. You see something new just about every day if you look for it.
Yeah.
There's like we saw an old lady on one of those little motor
She was on that little scooter things.
Damn, she was on the main. She wasn't on the interstate, zooming. But she was through the main town that we went to.
With all the cars and shit. Right there in the middle with us.
She had her little helmet on and she was just keeping up with traffic.
She was zooming along through there.
And we saw a werewolf.
I don't know what that was.
And it's not even...
I'm like...
It was. It was standing on the sidewalk.
It's like,
he wasn't eating beef
I know
chow mein, but
you were from one of those B movies from the 70s.
all of us in the car, we was like, I'm like, I think I just saw a werewolf.
Like, you good?
And everybody else is like, oh, you too? And I'm like,
She's like, you good, dude?
Yeah.
It's a hair trim.
it was
not
interesting.
good.
I wish we'd have had time to take a picture of that. Number 6, I will think new thoughts. That sort of goes along with I will learn new things, and
If you
therefore you
forget
will
something,
think new thoughts.
If you had a thought and then you forgot that thought, it's new to you every single time.
So therefore it is a new thought.
Yes. Paradox.
Yes, it is. But it ain't that deep. It's what you keep telling me. It ain't that deep. Number 7, I will ask questions. Because that is how you learn, is by asking questions. Just because somebody says something, that is sit there and go, okay, how do you know? Why do you do what you do? Why do I do what I do? Mm-hmm. Now that one is a little deeper. I grew up where it's a matter of question everything.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught. I don't know why, when this, just don't think, don't question, just obey. That is so contrary to my nature that it's just, Now, we get a little deeper. Just a little bit.
Just a little.
It is still doable. Number 8, I will try to see the world through the eyes of another. Ooh, she be talking about empathy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Different perspectives.
Sure. Even if it is a perspective that I don't agree with, to listen to what somebody else has to say, to understand how they came to believe what they believe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how you sit there and you question, okay, why do I believe what I believe? How did I come to my views? It can still be done. It can be done by anybody.
Yeah.
You look like you're getting ready to say something again.
No, I'm good.
Number 9, I will try to have compassion for others rather than judging or pitying them.
That's a major one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who need that.
It can be done.
Yeah.
That's an easy. These things are easy. Anybody can do them.
That's a lot of people need to do that.
So, number 10, I will be human, accepting both success and failure. Yeah. There was a great book that is the Spirituality of Imperfection.
Mm-mm.
It's an amazing book.
I will vibe.
Okay. That can work. And then
Ride the waves, man.
we're going to crank it up to 11 here, of course. I will choose to forgive myself and others. Because that goes back to number 10, the human thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have unrealistic expectations of self and others.
That's true.
So
everybody can say that they have struggled with that
Sure.
at some point.
absolutely. And the thing is, the key on that is I will choose. Some of the other ones was I will try. Yeah. These are things that anyone can do and that they can be kept.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about disappointing the Babylonian gods.
My God.
I thought it was interesting. I thought I could
Babylon,
really go.
babble on.
Yeah, I could go into a deep dive, and I'm like, no, it's just a matter of keeping it simple and enjoying our new candle that we got.
It's a pretty candle.
It is a pretty candle. I hope I'm not going to be allergic to it.
Because you're already starting to choke up with
I
it, aren't you?
did. I had to edit because it was a cough.
I hate that I didn't snag one myself, but you know.
Well, if you go to Walmart,
Because I
then
honestly
you can,
didn't see that one, I don't think.
If you can, they may have different things. Kid is going to spend New Year's Eve with his father.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing because he wasn't able to spend any of Christmas because of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's going to be a fun time.
It will. And so maybe you all can, if you want to, can stop by the Wildlife Mart and look and see what they have down there.
The Walmart. I like that Walmart down there.
Well, it's just, that was the one from your childhood.
Yeah, they took out the McDonald's. The McDonald's is completely gone.
Yeah.
Even the arches are gone.
Yeah. And that's okay.
It's so empty back there, except for all the shit that's stuffed in its place. The items. The items. I want the other items. Damn, what did they do with the paintings?
You know, that's a good question because they did have some of those interesting,
those were
nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's like from the 1950s. Mm-hmm. But I'd say that those were sort of stock type things that they had, the company had put up. I don't think those were painted locally.
Well, still. Yeah. I don't think they were painted locally. Yeah, they bought them, but what did they do with them? You can't just, get rid of that.
Well,
That's
people,
history right there.
It is, but there's people at this point, unfortunately, that are throwing history away.
See, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Now, there's parts of history that I'm like, the fuck? Why are you telling me this?
It's a matter of taking it as a whole.
But as far as pop culture and stuff like that, I view that as historical moments of Americana.
Well, and it's one of those that history is very valuable. And it's one of those, just because that something bad happened doesn't mean that you don't act like it ever happened. It means you learn from it. You do remember it so that you don't hopefully repeat it again.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think a lot of these TV shows and news stations and stuff like that, I think that stuff needs to be recorded and documented over the years. I do. I think that stuff needs to be kept, and I don't think any of it should be lost.
Right. Both the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Because then you can look back on it and you can reflect.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a time of reflection.
I mean, shit, there's shows from my childhood that are completely gone.
Mm-hmm. And needlessly, because with the computers and stuff, we definitely have a way to store these things.
The lost episodes, that's a huge community right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lost media in general.
Somebody then, if they have that interest, hopefully they can go before it gets too long and retrieve some of those things.
That's why I hate planned obsolescence, because I wish there was a way to keep the older tech alive still. Mm-hmm. Because other than gaming, people don't want older PCs.
Well, I did just. This is totally off topic, of course. We do that. I had read an article about, they were talking about being very cautious when you donate older tech to Goodwill or, somebody like that they hadn't wiped it thoroughly. Yeah, and that they were able to retrieve somebody's personal information and their bank numbers and all this stuff. That was not good.
You don't sell it with the hard drive. You sell it like you take that hard drive out and you sell it that way. Be like, all it needs is a hard drive. You can get those anywhere.
Is there no way to totally wipe one?
I mean, it's never totally wiped. There is
bleach
metadata.
Bit is quite effective.
Huh?
I've heard that bleach bit is quite effective. Yeah.
I don't think so. But you gotta basically factory reset that shit.
Right.
To get a lot of that stuff out of there.
Well, people just wouldn't think about it. I wouldn't have thought about it. See, with the resolution, I had learned something new.
Oh no, I thought that was just common sense.
No.
I've always been you don't do that.
To those of us that are not digital natives, no, we don't always think of these things. So, but being willing to listen to you and learn from you. Yeah.
It took me 5 times to get it through my head to be safe of strange websites, use web protection, use a virus protection thing, a good virus protection thing.
Well, now they're as far
That
as
was with
like
my
the
first
VPNs
laptop.
and stuff.
My first laptop, my golden child laptop, my old Toshiba satellite. Toshiba's not even in business anymore.
They actually had good stuff too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Toshiba is in business, but they are no longer in the, as of 2020, no longer in the laptop game or computer game in general.
Yeah.
So,
But anyhow, and looking back on the past, but also looking forward. It's like today. I try to deal with today. That's all I'm required to do. Yeah. Because if I look too far ahead, if I look too far behind, it will screw me up.
yeah.
So try to become very zen with it and just focus on the moment. But we hope everyone has a wonderful new year.
Yeah.
And if you would like to share your resolutions with us, put that in the comment section.
Yeah.
And we look forward to sharing more weird. If you've had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, ancient Babylonian rites. I think that would be the website, Esoterica, that would do that. That's the gentleman who is the college professor. He's got some really cool stuff on there. You can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. Know that you're loved.
Yeah. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all and have a good.
Bye.
Bye.